Just how exciting must that be to know that all three of those players get to play with each other? What the necessary experience on the bench, obviously.
Yeah, we've got good experience on the bench. We've got some good proper locks behind them, so and proper loose forwards behind them. So I guess there's a bit of a balance of throwing the rookies in against a team that we know, like us, enjoy scrumming. It's probably, I think, if you played in France and you asked a guy like Don and the guys who's playing France rugby, there's a lot of Georgians who play there, and they love scrumming. And I know last weekend against the Cheetahs, 8 of their best players were either on the bench or not playing. So we know that these 3 guys who start in this game will need the back 5 to make sure that they do okay, and no better test to do it in this game.
For team selection, a new front row, and Sia is back for the first time this year, but I think the most important one is at 8, where Evan is not featuring at all in your team. What was your decision-making behind that?
Yeah, I think, obviously, Evan has had, I think, 9 test caps or something like that now with us. He trains really well and he does really well for us. But we also want to make sure that, we've always lost Elrich, when Jason at some stage, Dwayne retired a couple of years ago. Jasper is now out of a ban again. We gave Evan a chance. He's got 8 or 9 chances. He's every day training with us. We can see that. But we also want to see how a guy like Cobus is doing at 8, because we think he's got potential there. So, yeah, it's a long season. After 4 matches, the door is definitely not closed for anybody. But we'd like to see how Cobus does it. We just really have a good feeling he's another line-out option. But no, for sure, like anybody else, Evan is definitely still in the mix without a doubt.
Actually did have now Sia back. I mean, he's actually vast experience. Is he nice?
Yeah, you mean to have him back? Yeah, no. Look, we would have loved to play him in Kebega. That's his hometown, and it was really tempting to push him 1 week early. But now we feel it was the right choice. We did fairly well against Italy, where we didn't do so well in the first test match. We felt we controlled the game a little bit better. And now that the game is gone and we know we've got to see how that's 100% fit, it's always nice to have him back. He's our captain. Although we get guys like Jesse learning a little bit, Damien Delenda is vice captain this weekend. So we're growing also the experience of how to lead the team and what you expect from when you're not the leader, because you felt it now with Jesse. Dukes will feel it now. We're really trying to mix it up. But he's our captain, and having him back, we're also realistic. I don't think out of 14 games, I say a lot. I don't know why I say that so much. But out of 14, 15 matches we're going to play this year, he'll probably play 8, 9. And that will probably be one of the top players that plays that amount of matches. So we really are trying to mix it up. We know after this Georgia match it will be a bit tougher. But no, to have him back is always lucky. He's always part of the group. He's never left us, even though with his rehab. So, top man. I'm glad the people from Vela can see him play.
So play with Sia and even
Yeah, we're trying to mix it up, and I think when we never drop somebody in our team. We rotate, and I don't know if people want to believe that or believe that or not. But like I say, if we get 12, 13 caps, 15 caps into Evan in the next, or 20 caps over the next cycle before the World Cup, and we get into Cobus Wiese, 10, 12 caps, so we're trying to see how will Kanan go with Damien if Jesse gets injured, or we swap it around, or we don't really see Jesse as number 1, Kanan is number 2, Ethan is number 3. There's still Lucanio who comes back. We would like to know that he can move to the wing, Jesse can move to the wing, Andre can move to 12, Sacha can move to 12, Sacha can move to 15, Mane can move to 10, Andre can go to 10, he can go to 15, Kirtley can play 15, Grant can play scrum half, Grant can play wing. For us, it's the more we work together, and that's why we've got a group of 46. There will be 14 or so guys leaving after tomorrow's training, and we're giving some guys a break there. They don't have to be here the whole week. They just prepare us till tomorrow evening, and then they can go home. And some of them will come back when we announce the team, the 33, 36-man squad for the first 2 games against Australia. But yes, we see it as guys getting used to each other at training sessions and in match situations. And different combos, because you never know, we're trying to win in the present, but also think about the future. And the more we try out different combinations and guys can swap in and out, we think we will become a better team.
Yeah, Rassie, actually maybe with these new guys, Neethling and Marnus, it also helped actually with a lot of depth now. I mean, if you look at hoopers, you have a lot of hoopers. You have actually Malcolm and also Bongi. It also helped to actually make the group actually bigger. Now I mustn't circle in English.
No, you're perfect. I understand what you're saying.
I understand what
No, I got you. I think the thing is, look at Kanan playing 13. As I said, we have Jesse and Ethan. So sometimes Ethan has only played about 20 minutes, but he's felt what it felt like to play in a Springbok jersey, and he trains every week in, week out against Kanan, against Jesse, and when Lucanio comes back. So it's actually the training sessions that helps a lot. Obviously, the supporters and you guys and media just see the guys on Saturday mostly of the time. But no, it's perfect for Bongi to help Marnus into his first test match. But in the same time, we've got Malcolm there and Ox there and Vincent there. So we try to make the training sessions as competitive. So when the guys play on Saturday, they it's not the first time that they feel the heat. And yes, we are trying to build squad depth, but always trying to keep 3 positions deep, squad depth, experience, caps, and also enough youth. So we're trying to balance it. And I think this weekend there's quite a lot of new caps with old caps, and then a pretty solid bench. So yeah, we're trying not to throw anybody to the wolves, if I can say it that way.
Of your 9 position to maybe have given Faf a starting berth, knowing how great Grant was last weekend, or was it just in terms of continuity for Grant?
Grant is starting.
Yeah, I'm saying instead of having Grant and put Faf sort of in that starting position.
No, look, it's like in P, it's like at the start, no Pimpy, it would have been good to start Fafi, not Fafi, Fassi there, who's from that region. But then it was Willy's 100th test cap, it was like a one for Willy to play against Italy's first and then his 100th match. So, yeah, it would have been wonderful, Faf from here and to start him, but I think he will. If the game goes according to what we plan, and hopefully, because I know the Georgians, look, we try and say it every week, and it sounds like a cliche, but how will they take us on physically? They will try and match us physically or beat us physically. So if the game flows right, I think Faf will enjoy the moment going on and finishing the game. In our team, if you finish the start, you're just as important. So I think Krappies sorry. Krappies did really well. I think Cobus did really well, so Grant is on form. Faf is only at 20-25 minutes, so to give him another off the bench to try and see how he closes out the game, it would have been nice to start him in Nelspruit, but people will enjoy him as much as off the bench.
Can you just explain it up to you? How is that
Yeah, I think it's very grateful for me to get the backing of the coaches to play me on 13 now. And yeah, now playing with Damien, it's going to be very, very exciting for me to play off with a world-class centre like Damien. So yeah, just you'll make the right decision now to play off him. So yeah, it's very grateful for the opportunity to play him.
Justin?
Okay, and just for you, we saw you. There was that certain kind of fight within you last week in the Eastern Cape that I don't want to say we've never seen before, but we just saw after a tackle that you've made, disturbed, the Italians, that there was that fight in you. Is that currently where you find yourself, where you have the additional fight and vigor to want to, when you get an opportunity to prove your worth?
Yeah, 100%. I think, we have a very competitive squad and guys are gunning for a spot. So, it's very competitive in our training weeks. And also, we got psyched up the whole week for the Italian game. And I think we wanted to prove a point, and you were idling the whole week, and we just had to transfer that into Saturday. So I think all of us were idling and ready for whatever challenge that third us.
A challenge to motivate the players for a team, and I'm not taking away from Georgia, but they are not that big, and they did lose against the Free State this past weekend. Is it a challenge to motivate the players?
No, not at all. They are big. I think you've got that wrong. They are very big. I don't think you get a lot of people that's bigger than Georgian male guys. They are really big players. They are some of the biggest players that play in France. That's why the French are signing so many of them. So they'll be physical. And your question was to motivate the guys. No, we saw against Italy, everybody when they come here, and I'm saying this that with respect, not boasting, but if you can put your hand up against South Africa, just because we're currently number one in the world, teams will prove themselves against us. The team that you saw that played against Free State, as I said, eight guys didn't play there, who are their top guys. So we've got no two ways that we know. That's why we're playing this front row. We want to give them one out. We want to give Neethling and the guys there in front, and Boan and Marnus, we want them to feel what their rugby feels, and these guys are going to give it to them. So we've learned our lesson by being a bit complacent in that first Italy test match. We don't want to make that mistake again. So I think Kenan will back me here, the whole group. Nobody is underestimating what we will face on Saturday.